Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As a lot of you guys know, the Hall of Fame Interceptor patch that came in about a week ago has completely changed the game in terms of how people are playing defense, but I'm here to talk about how it's changed the way that I'm playing defense for the better in terms of being on a build that has only 75 steel rating and having only bronze interceptor by choice. I could have silver, but I'm rocking out with bronze. As you can see in this part of the video right here, literally bronze interceptor, 2 plays in a row, get a passing lane. Mind you, the first one was a little bit more of the kind of lunge steal that we're hoping for, whereas the second one was kind of just a gimme. But this video right here is gonna be a pretty short one. I want to hear the community feedback in terms of how you guys are perceiving this interceptor patch over the last week, how you've been playing with it, how you experience this, because like I said, for me, I've been playing on 2 different builds. One is the 6'9" glitch metric with 90 steel rating Hall of Fame interceptor. The other is this build right here, the 7-footer that has 75 steel rating and silver interceptor, and in most of these clips, I'm running bronze at that. And we're here to talk about all that in today's video, so I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all the good stuff, and like always, tries 1 to 1,000 likes. Now, you've already seen this clip right here, how I was talking about the big man contact dunks, but again, lurk down interceptor. I mean, this stuff right here is beautiful to see, bro. Again, I even missed a passing lane on that first one, and then boom, get the contact dunk off rip. It's just a beautiful thing to see. Now, we're gonna backtrack to this and kind of talk about how I feel like these are even happening in the first place. Now, some of these are bad play from the opponents. This is bad spacing. You got 2 guys pretty much in one corner. This is kind of toward the wing, but either way, it's 2 guys in one area. You could see that it's kind of a panic pass from the point guard as well, where he had really been getting bumped all the way up the court. Like, I'm talking bump, 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 bump right here, double team. And then right here, again, bad spacing from the 2 opponents, but this stuff will happen in games, and you can make plays like this, honestly. Like I said, bronze interceptor, 75 steal rating, boom, tip the pass. It's kind of ironic because I actually didn't even steal that in the first place, if you guys saw that. I mean, I literally tipped the pass to myself. It is what it is. I mean, we all know with the Interceptor Nerf that you're not actually stealing the ball quite as often as you would originally. I do want to encourage you guys running Hustler on a higher level as well, because you will run into situations like this where maybe the tip, instead of just getting tipped up into my hands, would maybe go like 5 feet away from me, and I have to track it down and be faster than the opponents in terms of grabbing that ball. But again, I do want to encourage you guys running Hustler on a high level. I had it on gold in these games. I can have it on Hall of Fame. Pretty much everybody in the game can have it on Hall of Fame. Now this right here, again, credit to my on-ball defender with Kitchen right here. He is bumping the mess out of these PGs, even with his little 5'7" right here, and just giving them problems, cutting them off and stuff like that. He sends the corner cut, I'm right on it. This is kind of a gimme, like I said. Now, before patch, this would have been an LT steal right here, where I'm just holding it and it would have gone straight in my hands. Simple as that, right? But now you actually have to time it with the X button, and granted, I think a lot of people, we're still timing it with the X button and still using the LT at the same time. So maybe it was kind of a facade. Maybe we're out here actually holding LT on defense and then tapping X and thinking that the X button tap was what was giving us the steal, but it was already putting us into the LT steal animation. But again, after patch, you got to be tapping the X in that situation. It's pretty easy to react to though, in my opinion. And again, you're gonna see I come out here, swag it on the offense accidentally. I'm over here putting in the wrong ball hand, and we just bring the ball down the court with the 7-footer. Tonic was actually rocking NA, but that's beside the point. Anyway, again, this is the type of stuff that we're talking about though, where before patch, you would come out here and lurk like this on the 2s. You can spam your X button, in case anybody doesn't know, and spam for the steals on this inbound right here, and it won't make you lunge until the ball has actually been passed. You could still bait like this, but this is kind of crazy, bro. I mean, this is a fire lurk right here. Now here's the truth to the matter. Before the patch, I didn't come out here and do anything too crazy with the passing lanes. As soon as the patch hit though, I was coming out here, I was trying to test them. I was trying to do crazy stuff in the lanes. I was trying to do a lot of lurky stuff like this and go crazy with it, and I wasn't able to do so with the 6'9" with the Hall of Fame interceptor. I don't know why that was the case. I don't know why I'm getting better animations on the 7-footer right here. It may be tied to wingspan. I'm not exactly sure. What it all comes down to though is I'm playing better lanes on this player than I even am on the 6'9". It's really crazy, bro. I really don't understand it. I want to hear your guys' feedback amongst the community and stuff like that as well, like I said. So if you have any feedback that you want to give in terms of whether you're on a taller build and you're getting crazy passing lanes way better than you were even before the patch, or if you're on a 6'9" build or a smaller guard build that isn't getting passing lanes as good as you were before patch. Now to come back to this clip on the 2s, I want to explain how my defensive outlook has changed amongst the last 2 weeks. So before the patch of the interceptor and just the passing lane patch, I wasn't going too crazy on passing lanes. I wasn't attempting them too much. I was on these taller bigs like this as well, and I felt it was so redundant to come out here with bronze or silver interceptor and try and play strictly for passing lanes. It was stupid to do that. Now, after the patch hit, I hop on at 6'9", and I'm coming out here testing it quite a bit because I want to kind of see how it has been changed to an extent. And I wasn't able to get any lanes at all in terms of any cool crazy lunges like this. And now after the patch is hit and I tried playing on the 6'9" and I wasn't getting good passing lanes, I come over here on the 7-footer and I'm playing even better lanes than I was on the 6'9". It really is crazy, bro. I really do think this may be tied to wingspan in terms of getting you animated on these. I really do think wingspan plays a big factor in this stuff. Because again, on this pass right here, I can't see any reason why I would get this animation on a player with lower steal rating and bronze interceptor versus not getting stuff like this very consistently when I'm playing on my 6'9" and Hall of Fame interceptor with 90 steal rating. And again, I think this really does come down to wingspan and you having more range on stuff like this. Now, do I like that? I don't exactly know. I think it's really bad that bigs are out here looking super coordinated on these. I really do think that people that have a higher steal rating should be getting better jumps and stuff like that. Now, obviously we know 2K logic is not going to put vertical into this, but if it does, I have 85 vert with a crazy wingspan, and maybe that plays a role, but I highly doubt it. I will say though, you see a small guard like Kitchen out here on the 5'9" with really small wingspan, actually 5'7" for that matter, 5'7" with really small wingspan, and he doesn't have any vertical at all or anything like that. He can't play passing lanes at all anymore. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. It's not him playing worse as a player, it's just his player is too small. His player model and his build is just way too small to be able to get lanes anymore. I feel like people are just passing straight over his head, or he can't get any like good lurk animation or lunge animations or anything like that. In these situations though, I do kind of want to talk about this stuff right here, how you aren't really playing strictly passing lanes. I feel like you still gotta come out here and make some plays every now and then when it comes to the paint or help D or rotations, whatever the case may be. Like if I just sit right here on the elbow every single time and just assume this guy's gonna throw a scary passing lane to me every time, it's not gonna happen. So sometimes you're gonna have to come out here, play some help D, drop off this stuff right here, where maybe once again, spacing isn't exactly the best. Using a set of an off-ball screen, a little 2-on-1 situation where maybe I drop, but then he tries to get out of it. Either way, he's not spaced out good enough in that situation. So I had a little bit of confidence to go down here for the snatch block. Boom, we get it. Now again, all of this kind of varies. I really feel like it depends on your lineup and who you're comfortable playing with. Like for instance, we just showed that example where the guy had bad spacing and I was relying on Kitchen to kind of maybe play two for me. In this situation, both my two defenders on my team are getting back a little bit further on defense and are playing more so safety net. And then I can lurk underneath. You can see I go for that passing lane the first time. He doesn't throw it because I was there. And then as I recover, I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy right here. But again, the reason that I'm able to go for this stuff and go for it in the first place is that I have my two defenders back on D, and it's allowing me, the inbound defender, who has this guy right here, and he can't do anything obviously until the ball has been inbounded. So it's sort of a 3-on-2 situation, and as long as those two guys are playing back, I have the confidence to be able to go for the short stuff like that. But again, I want to hear you guys' feedback. I want to hear your experience with your level of interceptor and steal rating with your build, pre-patch and after patch. I want to hear if you were going crazy before and now you're not going crazy at all, depending on what build you were on, or I want to hear if you've had the same experience as me where you're maybe on a taller big and you weren't doing so much crazy passing lane stuff, and now after patch, you actually feel up to par with a lot of those 6'9" builds that are maybe matching up on you, or the locks that you play with at the 2 or the 3, whatever the case may be. So I just want to showcase you guys my ratings real quick. As you can see, we have 75 steal on this build, 7'10" wingspan on a 7-foot player. It really is interesting. It's a hunch that I have. It's kind of a theory. It's not proven or anything yet, but I do want to make the case that I think longer wingspans are getting more animations for steals for whatever reason. So if you're out here on a 7'3" with an 8'1" wingspan, I want to hear your perspective on this. I want to hear some information from the community, and my community specifically as well. So again, this player right here, I can't have any reason to assume why I'm playing better passing lanes on this guy than my 6'9" with 90 steal rating and Hall of Fame interceptor, other than the fact that, like I said, wingspan is playing a factor in this. And maybe I'm just timing it better with the X button, but I don't really think that's the case. I think I'm doing the exact same thing as I normally would. Again, this is my threes layout for defense right here. We have bronze interceptor on. Honestly, I was sitting here like, yo, I'm gonna test this. Over that whole Puma run, over the whole Puma stretch, I was just like, okay, I have to put 2 extra defensive badge points on for silver interceptor instead of bronze. So why not just rock out with bronze, test it out and see, and I could just get like silver worm for that level instead of having none at all. Now, in case anybody's curious, because I did see a lot of you guys asking about my badge layouts, honestly, these aren't final. It's not my finale. This is kind of just testing stuff out right here. As far as threes go, maybe I wouldn't want gold pogo, and that would give me the ability to have like Hall of Fame and Intimidator and Hall of Fame chase down artist if I just take like tireless off. And again, I kind of do want to vouch for having hustler at the highest level you can have too, because with how many tip passes you get that aren't actually interceptions, I do want to vouch for having Hustler at a high level. But anyway, again, this is kind of just testing stuff because I know a lot of you guys were asking about my loadouts. I'm going to go ahead and just show you straight up. So this is the 3v3. You can take a mental screenshot of it or just pause the video, whatever you want to do, or hit rewind over and over again to just kind of test it out. But I don't want to take too much part of the video to showcase this stuff. If you made it to this point in the video and you did enjoy and you got the whole point across, I do appreciate you guys checking it out. If you did enjoy, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all good stuff. And like always, let's try 1,000 likes. And again, this is just my 2/1s loadout. You can see this is more so for the 1v1. You can see I even have special delivery on gold for the 1v1 court. If you want to know my 2 stuff, you pretty much just take special delivery off, put it on things like a little bit of post playmaker, dimer. Obviously, you want bullet passer, take away the downhill, all types of stuff like that. Honestly, again, there's not a lot of badges I could put on for 1v1, so this is pretty much everything I got. And I have special delivery on to throw myself self alleys. I don't know if you guys have seen that. If you have, it looks pretty fire. But anyway, again, this is my 1v1 loadout. And then for Pro-Am, it's a little bit less specific. We're kind of testing this stuff as well. Again, I do want the Hall of Fame Intimidator in that situation, but again, I haven't really played Pro-Am since the patch with the interception steals and stuff like that, where it's getting tip passes. So maybe I do want my Hustler at a higher level. So again, this is me just kind of coming out here. I'm still testing a lot of stuff. I will be playing the game a whole lot more still, and we're going to start the badge tier list pretty soon for season 4. I will give you guys all types of info that I feel in terms of what's valuable, what's not. But again, I do want to test the game a little bit more still to be able to get some credible information and actually know what I'm talking about when I tell you guys about badges for season 4. So anyway, that's all video. Hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, feel free to leave your feedback. I want to hear what you guys think in terms of your perspective. Let me know if you like it, you don't. Give it like a 1 out of 10. I want to hear 1 out of 10 how you feel about passing lanes, and then leave your build information below as well. Whether you're a 6'9" with really long wingspan and you got Hall of Fame Interceptor 90 steal rating, or if you're a smaller guard, you have Hall of Fame Interceptor with like 97 steal rating and you're not getting lanes the way you were before, or if you're a taller big man like me. I want to hear all your guys' perspectives, so leave them in the comments. Feel free to. If you made it to the end of the vid, put steal in the comments to show it supports me all the way through. And then that, hope you all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.